Thanks for logging on to myfoxhurricane.com. So we're really heading right towards that peak of the season. Remember, that's September 10th. And you know, we're starting to see some signs of some activity. You look at the tropical cyclone formation, the probability in the areas that we could be seeing some development, and it's basically right where you would expect, right through that main development region heading close to the Caribbean. So we're going to be really focusing in on these areas as we go through the coming days, and we're starting to see some signs of life. We were showing this area yesterday. We actually have this tropical wave, which is now starting to show a little bit more organization. Now, you look at this view right now, still fairly disorganized. It has a ways to go. So in the short term, no, we are not going to see anything happen to this as we go through the next couple of days. But conditions do look favorable as this continues to work its way in that westerly direction over the next several days, given that it's moving into favorable conditions. Still has a ways to go, but we could see something developing as we head into the early part of next week. Of course, remember, we're heading into the Labor Day weekend. Don't have to worry about it, but it's just one of those things you want to kind of keep tabs on. So over the next 7 days, Hurricane Center putting in about a 40% chance of development. This could become a tropical depression, tropical storm sometime next week. Still, obviously, we've got a lot of time to watch this. Another area we're kind of watching right now, it's not been tagged as anything, but you see that little cluster of storms has worked its way off the coast of Africa. Just kind of keep tabs on that to see if anything develops right now. Not seeing much with that, but we do continue to see a lot of that dust, that dry Saharan air working its way off the coast of Africa, and that's been a big part of why we just haven't seen as much activity, because all the waves, they basically worked their way right through this area, and they're moving through strong winds, dry air, all that dust, and so it's really disrupted all these tropical waves. So this one that's out here now, I've talked about this many times, it's just found that little pocket outside of some of the dry air, kind of in between some of those loads of dust working their way off the coastline, that it's found that little area that it could see some development over the next couple of days. So you watch it on the Fox model, and we've got those couple of areas that we're watching here as we go through time. You see, as we head through Friday and Saturday, really nothing going on. But as we head into the early part of next week, there you're starting to see that little sign of maybe a little bit more development, a little more rotation in this. And we'll also be watching another area further out into the Atlantic computer models, kind of hinting maybe could be something out there as well behind this first area. Here it is on the Fox model. As we head into the Caribbean, heading into Labor Day, we could be talking about a tropical depression working its way towards the Caribbean. That's why we're going to watch this very closely. You look long range with the European model, and again, same idea in the short term. Not seeing anything happen, but as this works its way into the Caribbean, you start to see more signs of development here. Here we are, Thursday of next week. So we're basically talking a week from now, still only in the Caribbean, still at this point, looks like it'd be just slow development with this system. So lots to watch out there, and we've got plenty of time to watch it at this point, but we are heading towards the peak of the season, so you really have to pay attention this time of the year. And we'll keep you updated right here on myfoxhurricane.com.